Yeah.
If he's going, I'm going.
Me and Jimmy's going off to lunch from working on the she shed.
Get the bike up there.
In our little bitty town. We'll get back with you at the restaurant.
When we found out, we told the mechanics, they fixed the bus
Yeah.
almost immediately. He asked for it. We gave it to him. Man.
Gotta have a mask on. So if y'all are ever in Dayton, Texas, you come up here to the old restaurant. You see some of them prices. That's not what they are now. That's what they used to be. There's some pictures of the old building and stuff. It's this building right here. Train station. That's where we're at right now eating. But they got all kinds of stuff. It's a little bitty restaurant in a little town. Sunshine and Bluebell. Got Christmas up here. All right, so we got one wall and a half, or two walls finished. That's to the corner, and that goes all the way over to that wall over here. Tonight I'll probably put two more up. I want to get this finished tonight and tomorrow for sure. But on the AC, somebody asked about how we're going to heat this in the winter. And actually that air conditioner, it's a good one. It has heat on it too, so you can set the temperature, and you'll see right there. I'll get it to focus. Well, focus on me. You see where it says heat. You have heat too. And this isn't, it kind of, in the videos I know y'all, it looks like plywood, but it's not. It is T111. It overlaps each sheet, and we'll get a close-up view and you can see how it has the lines in it. But yeah, it's hard to tell from the video standing back how it looks. It looks really just like plywood, but that's what it is. It's that T111, and we kind of want the country look. She has the option to stain it if she wants to, or burn it. We can do a burn. I don't like doing the burn on this much of an area because you're going to have some hot spots and some cold spots, and it won't look that good. And got the other light in, or got one more light in over here, and I'll have to put one in outside. And the cuts that we did were all pretty good. There you can see kind of a little mess up there, a little bit of a gap there, not too bad. A trim will cover it. And around the window, I cut around the window and kind of messed up. You can see got a little bit of a gap there, but I'm thinking trim will cover that too once we trim it out and put a window sill on it for. But that's what it looks like, guys. That is going to be like a countrified look. Going to have the tin. I have a neighbor that has some tin. I'm going to go get some from him and put it up there, and hopefully he has a big enough piece I can put up there so we can kind of get an idea, or give y'all an idea of what it's going to look like. But anyway, we got back from our lunch break, and his legs went to hurting. He's 73 3 years old, so told him to go home and rest. He's going on a motorcycle ride tomorrow. He has one of those trikes that he likes to ride around. And I will be here, hopefully, finishing that wall. I really appreciated Jimmy coming and helping me, because he is not a carpenter and I am not a carpenter, and both our heads together, we got it kind of figured out. The only problem we're going to have now is, or I'm going to have tonight, is cutting the plugs. And I'm going to tell you why. Because these two plugs over here, I measured exactly. I triple checked my measurements from the floor up, from the stud over. That one too, from the floor up to the stud over. And checked and checked and checked, and made my marks on the boards, and checked again and made my marks. Or checked my marks and checked again, and guess what? It was not perfect. It's like a half an inch off. You can't see it because the plate covers it. This one as well. The plate covers that one. And for some reason or another, this plug down here, when we measured it, he measured it, I measured it, and we did it back and forth. We got that one so perfect. I mean, the wood went right up there, and the plug went right in there, and there was no gaps on either side. So, oh gosh, I don't have a nail gun yet. My mother-in-law, my favorite mother-in-law in the whole world, is Evelyn in Oklahoma. She is giving me one for my birthday, which is coming up. She said it should be here Wednesday. So right now I've just got this stuff kind of tacked up here with these little bitty nails. I got just a couple on each board to hold it in place. And you see my cut up there, isn't that? It's straight, but it's not that straight. That's why I put the cut in to the top and the square end on the bottom to help keep everything squared. I was worried about getting off because this building is not perfectly square. It's not 16-inch centers. And I'm going to show y'all something that's extremely frustrating to me. So we started in this corner, and I will take a measurement. So we thought if we started here and come over, it would be a sheet, and we could just keep going all the way around. Well, it wasn't. From here, let me get the tape measure in there, over to this sheet is 44.5 inches. So the 48-inch mark was in the middle of the two studs. That's like that on every wall. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, these sheets come in 4 by 8 foot sheets, just like sheetrock or plywood or anything else. They're 4 foot by 8 foot. So theoretically, I should have been able to just put one sheet up here, go over here, and well, my tape measure fell off. Go over here and just nail it in place. And then just cut out for the air conditioner and the plugs and keep going all the way around. Well, it wasn't like that. And it hasn't been like that. It wasn't like that on that wall. It wasn't like that on that wall. It's been like that craziness all the way around. Now, listen to this. 4 by 8 foot sheets on 16-inch centers. Now, let me show you here. These boards are actually 16-inch centers. Get over there. That's a 16-inch center right there. They're all like that. But how they put this building together, in the corners, they started with the wall on the inside when they set it up. So therefore, it's not a 16-inch center. That's why it is like that. So when I put the tape measure here, and we go over here, I'll show you. Oh, please don't fall. Sorry about that, folks. Just give me 1 second here. So I got the tape measure on the wall over there. And I'm come over here. Should be a 4 foot sheet. And guess what? It is not. It's 43 inches. Tape measures upside down. And over here again, 4 foot. That far away from the stud. So I'm going to have to cut that. But it gets even better than that. Better than that. Y'all want to hear something even better than that? 16-inch centers is correct. I love that because once I get that sheet up there, I can rock and roll with sheets all the way down until I get to that end, and I'll have to cut it again. But those look like 8-foot studs. They are not. They are not 8-foot studs. They are 7-foot. Hold on a second. Let me try to get one to hook. Oh, it fell. Let me try to get this tape measure to stay, folks. Hold on one second. Let me pause y'all. All right, I'm back. So there's the top of the stud. I'm right on it. You can see. So that should be an 8-foot board. They come in 8-foot. When you say 8-foot studs, they're exactly 8 foot. This one goes all the way down to the bottom, which is about 90.5, leaving the 8-foot mark way over here on the floor. See? So that's another thing I'm dealing with. So you see all that? That's what I'm having to cut off on the length of every board. Then the width. So that's what's kicking my butt. A normal building would have been done. All these sheets would have been slapped up, cut the holes out for the plugs, the outlets, and we would have been done. This is going to be the third day putting this stuff up on these walls, and it's because, first off, I'm not a carpenter. I got a funny story about that. Second off, Jimmy, the old rascal, he is not a carpenter. He's an electrician, and he was an electrician in the Navy and electrician for the United States Post Office. So he's good with electricity. We're good on that. But when it comes to carpentry, no. It's kicking our butts. But I'll tell you how much of a carpenter I am not. Years ago, before YouTube, I think, me and Teresa have been married for 27 years. So it was, we had moved out here over 20 years ago, so it's probably in our 5th or 6th year of living out here after we got married. And we were trying to redo a bathroom. She wanted another bathroom sink and vanity. And I measured it, and I went to the hardware store, and I got the whole thing. All I had to do was put the sink in it and put it in place and tie in everything. Well, it was about 6 or 8 inches too long because it was bumping against the toilet. So I measured it with a yardstick because I didn't have a tape measure, and I marked it with a I think it was a Marks-A-Lot, those markers that mark everything, the permanent marker. I marked it with that, and I looked at it, and I measured again, and I looked at it, and I measured again. I said, well, this ought to be good. I don't have a saw, guys. I didn't then. All I had was a chainsaw. I can hear some of y'all laughing. Stop laughing at me. So yeah, put the chainsaw to it, and it wasn't solid wood. It was that particle board stuff, and it looked like a crazy beaver chomping at wood. There was chips flying everywhere, and the cut wasn't straight, and it was ugly, ugly, ugly. There was nothing fixing that. So that brand new vanity was ruined because of my inexperience, I should say. But anyway, so that's, when I tell you I'm not a carpenter, that's what I'm dealing with. And now Teresa, she asked me the other night, and she's real calm about asking me if I would come in here and put a wall up on that side of the window, 8-foot wall with a doorway to get in there, and that'll be a little room. It'll be open at the top for the AC to blow over into this area, because she's going to have her sewing machine here. On this side over here, she's going to have an oven. You see the oven plug, a stove oven deal there, a regular the small refrigerator, not the small refrigerators, like the old-timey freezer on top, refrigerator at the bottom, counter refrigerator, and a sink to wash your hands and stuff with, and a countertop. Again, let me stress this. I'm not a carpenter. So yeah, I love her. Yeah, babe, I love you. I'll do it. I'll do anything for you. I'll move mountains for you. But man, when I came out here and looked at this after she told me that, I was like, oh, how am I going to do this? First off, it ain't 8 foot to there. So I can't give her an 8-foot wall. I can give her a 7-foot 6-inch wall with a door, and I don't know how I'm going to put a door in. I was looking at the doors at the hardware store, and they're like pre-framed up like that. And you just build a space for it and just put it in there. And I guess you nail it or screw it, and you'll have a doorway. But any suggestions on that would be great. Pretty much tapped out on the funds, so I can't hire nobody. Jimmy comes over here and helps me because I help him a lot at his place. As a matter of fact, as soon as it dries up, I'm going to go mow his grass for him, and help watch his place when he's gone out of town riding. Sometimes he'll be gone a week or two, and it gives him something to do because he's retired, he's single, and his kids are grown and gone, so he's home alone. And it gives him something to do to come over here and visit with me and hang out. So we have a good time, eat lunch together, and sometimes breakfast. But anyway, guys, that is it. Any suggestions would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, I got to show y'all one more thing. I didn't even tell Teresa about this. It's probably a little too fancy for us, but let me go out here into the walkway so y'all can see it. And I will call this video quits. But look at that fancy light. It's got a motion sensor on it, which I turned off, and I put the dusk to dawn on it. That is fancy. Fancy light on her building, so she'll be able to see when she comes out here at night. But anyway, tell your loved ones you love them, because you never know what tomorrow brings, and that's the honest to goodness truth. If y'all are paying attention to what's going on in our world today, not only with the COVID, but the other stuff that's coming in the near months, you never know what life is going to hand us. But there's a reason why God guided us to do this canning and start preparing and hook us up with friends like Mr. Tom and Reagan and his family, the Southern Boy Preppers in Deep South Bama. If y'all don't know them, go check them out, because Mr. Tom has helped us so much with the gardening, stuff that we would have never known about, and we've learned so much from him. And Reagan has helped us so much with the prepping and getting stuff together and getting our lives together. So much stuff we didn't know about that. And so y'all, and y'all as well, I can't tell y'all how many people have asked me for my phone number, and I've given it to them, and we'll call up and talk for hours about whatever it is y'all have to say to me, and become good friends with them doing like that. Miss Gloria White, you'll see her comment on my post. She has a YouTube channel. I talk to her every night on the phone. So does Reagan, and she is full of knowledge. She's the most knowledgeable person I've ever met, and she will tell you right quick and fast in a hurry how to do something. If she doesn't know, she will find out, but I have never asked her anything that she didn't know about. So anyway, guys, God bless y'all. Take it easy. Say hello to my mother-in-law in Oklahoma, Mama Evelyn. You'll see her comment on my post. And Aunt Mary and Uncle Ray is also up in Oklahoma. If Uncle Ray was down here, we'd have this stuff done in a few hours. He's like the best carpenter I've ever met in my entire life. Matter of fact, it's been many years ago. He helped me build that building there in just a couple of days with his nail guns and his skills. And we got on it and knocked it off. And he taught me and Teresa how to do these ceilings on that building over there. How we chalked a line in the floor, did a chalk line in the floor and put the boards together and sandwiched them with other boards. And that's about it. There's so much going on here. I'm not going to dwell on everything. But anyway, y'all take it easy. God bless y'all. Have a good night.